The Washington Post did a big deep dive on this today, actually, about what you did out there. One of the things they said was that you authorized the use of force feeding.
That's
some
not
of
true.
the.
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, any of the stuff that people
just to finish it, force
okay.
feeding the detainees who were on hunger strike. Was that true?
So I was a junior officer. I didn't have authority to authorize anything. There may have been a commander that would have done feeding if someone was going to die, but that was not something that I would have even had authority to do.
So that's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Volunteered to serve in GITMO. I was sent down there on temporary assignments, working for the Joint Task Force Guantanamo, which was in charge of dealing with these terrorists that were there.
So were you interviewing terrorists? Were you a legal advisor?
I was a legal advisor.
For those that were doing...
The things that would happen is, the thing you notice the day you get down there is, for these detainees, the jihad was still ongoing.
Right.
And they would wage jihad any way they can. Now, they're in a facility, so it's limited, but some of the things they would do hunger strikes, and you actually had 3 detainees that committed suicide with hunger strikes. So everything at that time was legal in nature one way or another. So the commander wants to know, well, how do I combat this? So one of the jobs of the legal advisor would be like, hey, you actually can force feed, here's what you can do, here's kind of the rules of that. You also had a lot of detainees claiming abuse, because this was in the wake of Abu Ghraib, and that was used offensively against our guards. So our guards would have feces thrown at them, all this other stuff, and yet they would be charged with detainee abuse, so we had to evaluate all that. So what I learned from that, and I took to Iraq when I was working with SEAL Team 1, is they are using things like detainee abuse offensively against us. It was a tactic, technique, and procedure.